The largest study ever conducted suggests that drinking coffee could cut your dementia risk by 35%. If you drink coffee or tea every day, what I am about to share with you is some of the best news this channel has ever delivered. Because the largest and longest study ever conducted on caffeine and brain health has just confirmed something genuinely remarkable about the cup in your hand right now. Stay with me for the next 10 minutes, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly how much coffee or tea protects your brain, which type actually works, and which type does nothing at all. Welcome to Thrive After 60, where every week we bring you science-backed strategies for living stronger, sharper, and healthier in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Please subscribe if you have not already. And before we begin, this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for personalized medical advice. Always speak with your doctor about your individual situation. In February 2026, researchers at Mass General Brigham, working alongside Harvard and MIT, published the results of an extraordinary study in the medical journal JAMA. They analyzed data from more than 131,000 people, drawn from two of the longest-running health studies in American medical history, the Nurses' Health Study and the Health Professionals' Follow-Up Study. Some participants were followed for up to 43 years. Of the over 130,000 people in the study, approximately 11,000 went on to develop dementia. And when the researchers compared the dementia rates of coffee and tea drinkers against people who drank little or none, the results were striking. People with the highest intake of caffeinated coffee had an 18% lower risk of developing dementia compared with those who drank little or no caffeinated coffee. People who drank the most caffeinated tea, about 1 to 2 cups daily, showed similarly strong results. This is one of the largest, longest, and most rigorously conducted studies ever done on this question. And the lead researcher described it as the best evidence we currently have on the relationship between caffeine and cognitive health. Here is where the research gets even more specific and even more encouraging if you are watching this in your 60s or early 70s. When the researchers broke the results down by age, they found that the protective effect was strongest in people who were 75 or younger at the time of follow-up. In that group specifically, caffeinated coffee and tea were associated with a 35% reduction in dementia risk. For people over 75, the protective association was still present, but smaller, around a 19% reduction. The researchers believe this age difference makes biological sense. Earlier in the course of potential dementia-related changes in the brain, the effects of caffeine on what is called adenosine signaling and on neuroinflammation may have more opportunity to make a meaningful difference. In other words, the earlier you build this habit into your life, the more benefit the current evidence suggests you may get from it. So how much coffee or tea are we actually talking about? The research is specific here, and this is one of the most useful and immediately actionable findings in the entire study. The greatest benefit was seen in people drinking 2 to 3 cups of regular caffeinated coffee per day, or 1 to 2 cups of caffeinated tea. Drinking more than that did not appear to provide any additional benefit. 2 to 3 cups of coffee or 1 to 2 cups of tea appears to be the range where the protective effect is strongest. And here is the finding that surprised even the researchers themselves. Decaffeinated coffee showed no association with reduced dementia risk at all. This was the most surprising part of the entire study. They expected decaf to show at least some smaller benefit, given that coffee itself contains many other potentially beneficial compounds beyond caffeine. But the data simply did not show it. Whatever is driving this protective effect, caffeine itself appears to be central to it, not just coffee or tea as a beverage. The benefits the researchers found were not limited to dementia diagnosis rates. Caffeinated coffee drinkers also showed a lower prevalence of what is called subjective cognitive decline, meaning they were less likely to report noticing memory or thinking problems themselves. By some measurements, caffeinated coffee drinkers also performed better on objective tests of overall cognitive function compared to those who drank little or none. This finding sits alongside a growing body of related research. A separate large study using UK Biobank data found that people who combined coffee and tea, drinking both across the day, had a 28% lower risk of dementia and a 32% lower risk of stroke compared to those who drank neither. To be absolutely clear, these results are based on what scientists call an observational study. It tracked what people already chose to drink and compared their outcomes over decades. It did not randomly assign one group of people to drink coffee and another group to avoid it. That distinction is significant because it means the study cannot definitively prove that coffee and tea cause the lower dementia risk. However, what makes these results more compelling than a typical observational study is simply the scale and consistency of it. Tens of thousands of people tracked for up to 43 years, with the same pattern showing up again and again. That is genuinely meaningful evidence, even while it falls short of definitive proof. So what does this mean practically for you starting today? If you already enjoy coffee or tea and have no medical reason to avoid caffeine, this research offers genuine reassurance that your daily habit may be doing more for your brain than you realized. 2 to 3 cups of caffeinated coffee or 1 to 2 cups of caffeinated tea sits squarely within the range associated with the strongest protective effect in this study. And if you do not currently drink coffee or tea at all, for reasons of taste, sleep sensitivity, blood pressure, or any other personal or medical reason, please do not treat this video as a reason to start. Caffeine is not appropriate for everyone, particularly people with certain heart conditions, anxiety disorders, sleep difficulties, or specific medication interactions. This is exactly the kind of decision to make in conversation with your doctor who knows your individual health history. The good news is that, for once, the science is not asking you to give something up, train harder, or overhaul your daily routine. For many of you, this video is simply confirming that something you already enjoy every single morning may be quietly protecting one of the things that matters most. Check the description for more on the brain protective habits we have covered on this channel. And if this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love who could use a little good news today.